the same coverage for $72. Save 60% after filling out the form through my official website. After 30 years in insurance, here's the truth. If you live in South Carolina and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, you're being overcharged. But they won't call you with a better rate.
Early on, it's important to find ways to win because you're also finding yourself as a team. Later on, it's different. You should be knowing what you want to do, how you want to attack, your true identity on both sides of the ball. So I don't think it's panic mode. But if we come out playing like we did in the first half, any other game against a good team, we might not be able to come back. Speaking of Jordan Milano, he's a leader on this team. He's got to learn his own strengths when he's on the deck one of our playmates. A.J. Brown's voice has died, but the line don't know his own strength. We're not a guy who takes care of business on the field and off the field. So if he's bucking, we gotta talk to ourselves on offense still. Because of the first half, I believe it too. I mean, we heard A.J. Brown talking about it. They were talking about it. Second half, because of how satisfying the first half was. Yes, they got the sense that they want to make sure the first half does not happen again, and I'm all for it. And with our offense, we went on first take and had something to say about it, and had Eagle fans upset.
And I respect them. They're fine. I can't stand to watch that offense. It's the most boring offense. It is.
Started with Jordan Love and then followed up with that rest of the did he hear the question?
He said, I can't stand it's boring. Well, let me ask you this.
Hey, we're going to be on every week.
Okay. I mean, is that your way that can boring win the Super Bowl too? Can boring
Absolutely.
I tell
That's something to do with football too. Let's be honest. Hey, look at the post round. If you run, then that would have been FFP.
That's true. Honestly, I can't be mad. Like the second half of the Cowboys. We played the offense, fired the Chiefs game, and the first half of the Rams game. So again, are we just talking from the shove for it? Are we talking about concept, going down the field, even big time running plays? Are that's part of the season in the last 2 quarters. Regardless, though, even if it ain't the most entertaining offense, as long as it moves the chain, scores touchdowns, I'm cool with it. Because, like he said, we're an offensive and win the Super Bowl. Last year, our offense was not boring. And the Eagle fans that were firing back, I'm too. Breeze was no more in his career. You know how it's going to be. It's like talking to your homie or a family member. I'm about to talk trash. Wait, stay in your lane. But it is what it is. I respect the more take, and I can't discredit his curse for the offense being boring. If it's not him, and he proved it, took over the ball versus the LA Rams. In the first half compared to 11 seconds. And on the last drive, play drive, Jalen Hurts audible 5 out of 6 plays to get down the field for the go-ahead touchdown to Devontae Smith, who, by the way, has a gorgeous fiance who was walking through the wing and had the security guard break his neck in 4K. Short, I ain't mad at him necessarily for turning around. He got caught. It is what it is. But he still wrapped it up by saying, 8 years, you better watch out. You gotta love it. Bad football talk. At the end of the day, I feel like we are on the verge of being a better offense. I think that's all good for saying. I don't think we are great team, and look at the offense that was that in 2023. Look at the defense. Our defense has legit. Commissar Peterson said that both Jahad Campbell and Zach Bond are graded as top 10 linebackers in the league. Before, Zach Bond was an 18.8. Number 9, Jahad Campbell was 84.6. Zach Bond was really flying around this game. I think he was the highest graded defensive player. However, the tandem of Campbell and Vaughn has been legit, but the coach is back. It's going to be interesting to see what Vic Fangio does.
If you live in a South Carolina zip code that has 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen carefully. I was an insurance agent.
Hey, what would they say? They say you can play this game, let's go play this game. You know what I'm saying? You go run around. Yeah, what you do? Take them. It's real. We dog. Yeah, you go. Hey, dog.
As you can see, he's still a recruit in the linebacker. So it's going to be a tough decision for Vic Fangio. I trust him. He started as linebacker coach. Maybe get off the field. Maybe he can do this a little bit more if he line. Although he knows that he's a linebacker too. But we'll find out too. Week 5 is when the coach is on to come back. Things go according to plan. We'll talk about more on the season Garner Johnson release and the actually can sign them cleared up by Adam Schefter. You also heard from Kulo, who thinks he's not conservative. Plus, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just signed the push, aka Brotherly Shove stopper. Really? And you look at Quinton Mitchell versus Devontae Adams. Doesn't matter what side, he was popping up. But first, let's hear a word from our sponsor. Profit X, America's #1 sports prediction market, which is the sports prediction market. Play against each other,
I know you want to try to give them a lead, bro.
price, spread, money line, total, and player props, which are playing against other people rather than the book. Because it looks and feels just like a sports book. Play better odds. Download the app, promo code FLIPPIKE, claim up to $200 in profit cash on all plays for the first 30 days and on the site. Every condition applies. Once again, promo code PhillyMike, claim up to $200 in profit cash on all plays for the first 30 days playing on the site. Terms and conditions apply. Check out the Thursday slate, Cardinals versus Seahawks. Make the plays you like. Of course, we'll have versus Buccaneers play that I'm going to do later in the week. Here's Adam Schefter clarifying the possibility of CJ returning to Philly.
Well, I can clarify that too. First, the crews are such that he is not prohibited from being back there. He is allowed to sign the Philadelphia Eagles. There's no rules that say that he cannot return despite any talk to the contrary about there being rules that he can't go back. It's the way this one worked out. Whatever that check in the office, he's allowed to go to Philadelphia.
Well, then you have 10 return to Philly. But we'll have tickets to come. Oh, yesterday, just 2 weeks ago, the Texans converted $6.58 million of CJ Gardner's salary into a signing bonus. It seems he had a legitimate plan to players in the secondary. Things changed in a hurry. You can say that again. 3 weeks, and they went from decent. As I mentioned yesterday, I love the fact that the Saints, Lions, the Eagles, right, around when he wasn't making that much money, it's crazy. There wasn't a lot of room, feathers that got ruffled, multiple locker rooms. But according to Aaron Wilson, among the issues Texans experienced behind the scenes day in sources, he was critical of keeping in the secondary in his role. So the locker room issue, ultimately, this just wasn't a good fit for the team and for a talented player for APRC2. So again, I'm not exactly sure what all the drama was in the locker room, but This looks like he's frustrated in his role,
Fuck.
secondary for the Texans. You got to think, over there. He didn't game with the Eagles last year at all, right? He lost him on the field. It's a loss, remember? So again, maybe the Texans drama wasn't really him all the way. I don't know how he wrote it. He's going to call him, although we could do because we've been making Marcus Kemp eligible. And much as I like him as a Jet, DJ, but it all depends on if we can get right with our locker room. The chemistry is everything for a championship football. Although he was arguably far less championship season.
Hello. Playing the game and watching YouTube. Yeah. Not really, for real.
Good boy, good boy. Down.
It was early. Yeah.
Hey, yo, right here.
So we just continue to monitor. Taking our defensive side of the football, let's take a look at Vivian Mitchell. Devontae Adams. It's out. This local postman. Next play, we're at the bottom of the street again. Devontae Adams is trying to get him off the release. Coach out. When he's there, not letting him in the ball. Now they're at the top of the screen.
If you live in a South Carolina zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen carefully. I was an insurance agent for 30 years, and what I'm about to tell you could save you up to 80% on your auto insurance. Here's what the industry doesn't want you to know. South Carolina drivers pay the most for car insurance out of any state in the country, as we all know from the recent 2025 leak. Insurance companies are now in trouble for overcharging South Carolina drivers by as much.
Monty's going to run the field out. Pass on board him. President tries to get out of the lead and go underneath to someone else. Next at the top of the screen, quick slant, little high, Leon says, not on my watch. Remember, Monty Adams gave him time. Did say he was teaching something. Anything. He followed him more than any other player in front of the Lock the butt. Don't touch him. One big play Adams has was against Reed Blankenship. He clearly pushed off. By the middle of the not at all. The crazy thing is this. The Rams have won 9 of their last 12 games. 3 losses, all from the Eagles. A wonderful. And they go on to Nick Wright. Oh, he said on the hurt. What is Jalen Hurts? Putting him going to his own coach. The only reason they needed throws because they literally had no other choice. When Saquon can't get going for 150 plus yards, that's when they'll say, well, I guess we have to throw it. What? That don't make sense.
Come on.
Throw it. When they're forced to throw it, they can't throw it. He should have said, how to throw it to Jalen Hurts in the second half. He should have got thrown out still. Because we switched to throw it to Jalen Hurts. One, chose and if the coaching staff don't believe in him, I don't think that is, then he should be fine. It time and again. So, start working the play call, not Jalen Hurts. Nick Wright, stay, main agenda. Look at me go over to some Eagles and Buccaneers news, as we talked about yesterday. Mike Evans was playing. More about that. Checked it through later in the day. The Buccaneers signed a 249-pound Ezra Watson for their practice squad the week of playing against the Eagles and the Beverly Shove. I ain't going past this guy is huge. But this big don't mean he's going to stop the other each other. There's too much momentum from the Eagles starting to their line with Jalen Hurts and all the people shoving. Good luck with that, Tampa. Like I said, we broke down a little bit that yesterday in my video. Later in the week, we'll break down more as we do the preview and prediction. The teams that are undefeated, actually, let's take a look at who's left. Who lost? Colts, Bills, Chargers, Bucks, Niners, and Eagles. Lastly, let's hear from conservative.
No, I can't say like conservative is the word. I think, when those things happen, everyone's bringing out obviously sometimes, you look at, okay, where was the drive starting? What was the breakdown on the play? What happened? How do you stop it? How do you get out of it? So I think when we look back on it, there's obviously we can always learn from that. But you don't go into saying, okay, that's definitely not something you want to do. I think it's just a matter of just going forward, just learning from those moments and how to get ourselves out of those situations.
Of course, we don't think so. We're going to just admit it. I can't wait to see when we reverse the Bucks. So she had our number. When asked about the players saying he was conservative, what he thinks about that, he doubled down on he was trying to attack.
Yeah, I think that's always when we go into every week. That's what we want to do, right? We want to be the aggressive person, right? I think the word is actually for the offense, and when I spoke the other with attack, we want to be in attack mode. We're going into the game, that was what we wanted to do. The first drive was a good drive, we went for a fourth down, put the ball down, red zone, goal line, we were in attack mode. We got stuck in those weird situations where we just couldn't get it out of there and get it going. In the second half, obviously, we had to play a different, but we were able to get it going. So I think, they know what we want to do, and I think it was just exciting for it to happen and come back and get emotional after the game, get excited because we were able to do something that was very difficult to do, and all plays, and the guys played tremendous. The players themselves were awesome in those moments, and the conversations, and getting that done was such a big moment, and it was very cool for them.
So what I saw in the film is not what I hear him talking about. So he's going to have to show me with the Bucks in the future. I'm not going to write him off the ROC, but I do love we call it air out, we call it self out. We don't do look. All that means that I go back to like we're going to be talking about the Bucks a lot. More videos and live streams. Drop the muscle emoji in the comment section.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with students. By honoring the sacred vocation of nursing, you impact your family, your friends, and your community. GCU.
Really, every team had a chance to put their ball in their hands to win the game. Yeah, they did.
Okay.
I know.
Here's the one thing.
It took Dallas 14 years to walk, and it dropped 10. That wasn't a miracle. That was well planned. Without further ado, two best guys we have weekly on the program, and I say that with great respect to everybody we get, from Ice Cube to Jimmy Johnson, and I mean one of the fun segments we have. They do great work for their channels, their respective channels. We start with the man who covers the Dallas Cowboys. What a chore that is. He is the legend, Mark Holmes. And we bring in the one and only Cowboy Steve. That is Philly 500. Both guys jumping in here and hearing. How you doing, Mark?
Oh, I thought so much shit. That first half of that Eagles game, I thought, you know what, I deserve everything that is coming my way. Because I was like, they're getting it. And I was like, I can't wait. I just said, man, the Cowboys, if they can get a win against the Bears, I'm going to go in and dance with them. I'm just not going to say, I'm just going to sit there with a cheesy ass grin on my face. And then all of a sudden, it was the same feeling I had when I was at Super Bowl. Atlanta and New England. And it was just like, oh shit, they might come back and do it.
So did you have those emotions like when the flea flicker, night, and then they were coming back. So was it like the doctor's visit you had? It was just all of a sudden.
Well, the doctor's visit was easy in comparison to what happened this weekend. I was so excited. It was almost like I was living vicariously through the Rams, like it was my team playing against the Eagles. The Eagles were getting mollywopped. You know, it was like 30 yards of offense. I'm like, look at this, man. They're getting this shit. It's like, finally. And Philly's over there kind of like, free stuff there. It's free fucking stuff there. And it's Philly just about to melt down. I'm just like, yes. And then they came back and won. And then I had to sit through watching my team. I don't even know I should call the team anymore. This is just, my defense is just a bunch of guys that are on the field when the other team has the ball.
And I tell you, that was a tough loss for the Cowboys against that Bears team. All right, Billy, I mean, you got your ass kicked for 2.5 quarters. You guys came up, and all of a sudden, I mean, there was an epiphany, or somebody picked up the play calling book, because it wasn't Kevin Padula. Somebody started calling plays. Jalen Hurts and AJ started making plays. I mean, what was your takeaway of the Rams game?
Look at that. Didn't shake the whole time. I said it. They get this offense going, they're going to win the game. So I said it. If they get this offense going, they're going to win this game. I knew they could come back. I knew they could come back if they did the right thing. Because to me, what I saw, just like I said to you last week, it looks like to me that they handcuffed Jalen Hurts. And they're just conservative. And it was like to the point where it was so obvious in that first half. It was ridiculous. But I enjoyed it. You know, the Eagles and the Cowboys games must have really screwed Mark. I mean, his doctor's a lot more gentle, right, Mark? Inch by inch, like a gentleman, right?
God.
Yeah, inch by inch, like a gentleman. You know, it's good. But I'll tell you what, Mark deserves all the sills. I don't know if you saw, but he was talking so much shit about me and me and another guy, and he was just talking so much crap. And it was ridiculous, dude. It was ridiculous. And he deserved it. He deserved to get what happened. And here's the other thing. The other thing, you know, is when I left your show last week, what did I say? The Dallas Cowboys are one of the most overrated teams in the National Football League. And clearly, they go out and they get destroyed by the Bears. That's the funniest thing. Mark melts down before the Cowboys game even starts. My fingernail polish boy. I love it. I love it.
All right, let me stay with you here.
Look at his face. That's the face of losers. That's the face of winners. Volume.
Oh my God. Mark. Well, let me hook you up here, Mark. Let me tell you, if you buy this, because you were watching that game too. So Kevin Petullo, their training room's offensive coordinator, decides to do this. Well, let's not do anything in the first half. They had -3 yards passing, they had 34 yards in total offense. And what Billy just said, they came out in the second half, they didn't change their philosophy. They had to change their direction. Because you know why? They were down. And it shows you that they could throw the ball. But here's this. They're not learning anything from that game. They're going right back to the perfect form. And what, Billy, do you really think they're going to change when the organization's going to fire at me and you and go 19-1, dude?
I don't know, but I know that when your players come out and say, we got killers on the team, we've got to start acting like it. To me, I feel like the players speaking up tells me volumes about what they want. And I don't know how they can't change the direction, even if it's just tweaked a little bit. Because if the players didn't speak up after the game, then I would say you're probably right. But I think the fact that Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown spoke up, I think it's hard to go back to do it. I hope. I really hope. Because I think it's a bad idea to go right back into that same play that they had the first 2.5 games.
Mark, I'm on your side for this one. Dude, I think Dak's played top 10 quarterback. I've got, and right now, if you look at the numbers, I'll tell you what, he's playing better quarterback right now.
First game, you lose the
Oh, yeah, okay.
He is first lineman. Bro.
First 1.5 was better than his first. The guy should have 10 interceptions. The guy should have 10 interceptions. But he didn't get his
Quarterback.
Come on.
Right now.
Come on.
Is that Prescott?
Yeah, because I've never seen a guy have 4 interceptions dropped in the first 3 games of the season than that guy. I mean, 5 picks every game. Is that the best policy after 12 quarters? Boy, but you're the best offense. Come on. Come on, dude. That don't even sense the high. He stinks. You're 27th in total offense.
I don't know what's
You're
going
making it
on.
sound like you're moving to 6.
No. We're talking about Dak Prescott. He is not a top 10. He stinks. He's stunk in that Bears game. Stunk. They didn't mention. I mean, because you played 3 games, and that second game was a giant shootout that is fluffing up his numbers. That's why he was overrated after week 2. They're still overrated after week 2. Because if you take that giant team out and it's normal game, he's nobody.
Cowboys are 4th total offense right now with 400 yards. I mean, Mark, you
Yeah,
can't.
because of one game.
I don't think that's Dak. I think Dak's played so far in 12 quarters.
He's not perfect, but he's the only thing that's keeping you at least in games right now. Yeah, our defense is still perfect. It's not even funny. So when you look at, I literally want to toss my guy sub every time I keep up with him. Because the reality is that the Cowboys have actually been able to run the ball rather well. Devontae Williams, I believe, is 7th right now in the NFL in rushing. He was rushing 7.6 yards a carry. He was looking like Saquon last year. But unfortunately,
No, he wasn't.
Oh my no. Right now, Saquon ain't looking like Saquon.
He wasn't looking like Saquon last year.
So we can't.
I'm not saying he's playing bad, but don't even put him in the
Saquon's
group.
only having to
Don't put him up there with
Williams right now, bro.
Saquon Barkley, last year you said he was Saquon last year.
I said that's the last. I
Can't
said
touch that.
absolutely.
That's
Rushing 7.6 yards to carry on
he
10.6
never looked
I
like
said
Saquon.
he was running like Saquon was last year.
You said he looked like Saquon last year.
I'll say this to you, Mark. Your defense is 30th right now. Total
I'm
defense.
proud 30th. You mean it's not 40th? I mean, you can put a couple of hits of teams there. It's atrocious. And when I look at the film, when I actually looked at some of the plays, it looked like the Cowboys were more worried about really running, and they were just making sure that they didn't give any length. They kept him in the pocket, but he had all damn day to throw, and we just couldn't cover it. We may have some good news. Deron Glenn looks like he's in the back this week.
32nd in pass defense.
Yeah, it's just, and nobody's going
We're
to
the
run.
worst
We're
pass
actually pretty good
defensive
stuff there
football team right now in the league.
by far. Not even close.
I mean, do you think this is the worst Dallas Cowboys defense you've seen in the last 15 years?
2020 was pretty bad. 2020 was the worst. We'll see what the numbers finally look like. 2013 was pretty bad too. But right now, they're on pace to be the worst. Now, here's what I try to tell Cowboy fans, that there may be some light at the end of the tunnel, and that may be over the course of the next few weeks. CeeDee Lamb will be back. He'll get Overshown back sometime, probably by the end of October. You'll end up getting Tyler Booker back. You'll end up getting Cooper Beebe back. Savon Ravel may come off of the IR after this week, although he's a rookie as of late in September, so don't necessarily think that he's going to be a savior. And you got Clowney, who has to be better than some of the guys that are there right now. So given some time, maybe by October, the defense is 28. I don't know. It should be a little bit better.
All right, Billy, some absolutely horrible news today. Nolan Smith is out 4 weeks. I mean, and now you're going through this Buccaneer game, and your offensive line has not played very well. And now you're losing a guy, an edge rusher, And I'll tell you this, you're giving up 140 yards rushing per game right now. For 18 years.
Most of it's outside.
Most of it is. It is. It's not the inside, the edge rushers that have been back. How big of a loss do you think this Nolan Smith?
I think it's huge. I think it's huge because one, you've had 3 sacks all year. The edge rushers haven't been getting home. You're now going to thrive on Jalen Hunter and Derek Smith. You have Azeez Ojulari. Look, people can say, "Oh, he's talented." Well, he's been a healthy scratch. What can they really think of him if he can't even get on the field? I think this is how he's going to have to make a move. This is where you got to make the trade. There's been a lot of rumors about them going for another corner. I don't think you can wait. I mean, they're talking about those to come back from the end. So I think you need to make a move for pass. I really do. I think that's got to be the play.
Well, if they do that, here's the one thing though. Again, just looking at some of the available guys here, and I do think this. They're going to wait until after 4 weeks.
Yeah, you have to wait. Yeah, definitely.
They're going to have to wait. All right. So I'm going to put something out there too, and then you try to explain this to me. Okay? So Carter Johnson, on your football, the 2 years he was there, you went to a Super Bowl twice. He led the NFL in interceptions 1 year, and he also, last year, was second. If this guy was such an asshole, how come that asshole was such an instrumental part? And by the way, before you replay the chip,
Here we go.
don't look very good next to Andrew Makuba and Sidney Brown. That guy gets turned around, and he's a liability out there at times in that secondary. I'm not paying that guy $1,500 watching that guy play the way he's playing. Help me understand why that wouldn't be a good go-to, going back to him and bringing him back in. I'm not saying that he comes in and starts, and I put massive parameters on this. But doesn't this sound better? It's CJ and McCree. What's it? CJ and Makuba versus Makuba and Sidney Brown. Doesn't that sound better?
I mean, however you want to put it, I like it. Anything that brings CJ Gardner-Johnson back, I like. You can't deny people with the guy, okay? For all the crap or whatever they're saying that was going on in Houston, and he could only last 2 weeks, we know that the Eagles can deal with him here. They've done it already. Now you're talking about a situation where a guy is getting, his reputation, nobody's going to want to sign him right now to a big contract, right? Nobody's going to want to take a chance. And if you're CJ Gardner-Johnson, pretty much wherever you go, you're going to have to start from buried in the depth chart to work your way up, work into a new system. If I was CJ Gardner-Johnson, I would I'm going to get how you live on.
Hello? I think. Yeah, it's okay. I just checked on him. But I just checked on her, so now I just started a game. That's what I'm saying. I checked on her in between the game, so it could be another 45 minutes. Do I ever check or not? Well, why you ain't tell your daughter to go in there and so you could talk to Delana? Man, fuck! Fuck. Nigga missing layups.
Come back. I'm sorry. Give me a 1-year deal. I'll do whatever you guys minimum. League minimum. Just help rebuild my image so that after this season I can get a contract somewhere else. Because I think who's gonna want to take a chance on him? No. And where's he gonna go that he's gonna play right away? Nowhere. Philly would be the only place because he knows the system. I think it's a good fit. Do I think the Eagles will do it? No, I don't. Because I think that there's whoever did that front office didn't like something about him. They wanted him gone. But would I do it? I would jump on this, man. I would do it right away. I didn't want him to go anyway.
So, Mark, I've got one for you here. So where do I get my commemorative ticket for this game that Michael Parsons is coming back to Dallas and he's going to be celebrated, isn't he? Are the Cowboys going to have like a video thing? Oh wait, they're not. So Parsons said that he was asked a question about hitting Dallas, and he was like, it was like the Rocky thing. What's it going to be like in the movie? All he said was pain. I mean, I think you look like your boy coming home and playing against the Dallas Cowboys.
You know, I mean, what do you want to say here?
Nothing.
Okay? You know, first of all, you're going to want to cry because you look at what he's about to do to the Cowboys. He used to do for the Cowboys. Now he's doing for somebody else. You know, that's like you have that beautiful girlfriend that, you know, that just knew how to take care of business and stuff. And then she's gone, and now you see him with another guy. You know, she's doing those things to that dude. Okay.
I'm always talking about chicks, man. What the hell?
Oh, that sounds like something OJ would say. Is that guy drinking out of the OJ cup? Is that guy sitting in my chair? That sounds like something OJ would say.
I'm not doing OJ. No, it's a hurt that does happen. But maybe after this game, that maybe some of the talk about Michael Parsons will die down until, you know, the Green Bay Packers get the playoffs, start doing well or something. In the end, this team is screwed beyond just Michael Parsons. What this is validation of is Michael Parsons is doing this shit on his own with the Cowboys. And it goes back to the original problems are the Dallas Cowboys just don't know which players to keep. When you start looking around, you see Malik Collins with a 90 rating. You see, of course, what Michael Parsons is doing. You see a Woozy doing great things. You know, it seems like we have giant itis that when a guy leaves the Cowboys, they become really good players. And we hold on to the guys that just don't seem to pan out.
And like that.
And Dak is in the multi-always with it.
Always. Dak didn't pan out.
Well, Dak was a fifth round.
Well, you got a big contract. Go win a Super Bowl.
Well, the $60 million, your deadline, raises all that bullshit there.
Right.
Okay, so let me ask you a question here, my friend. I didn't think Jalen Carter.
I think he could be playing better. I would say he looks. I think he's looked out of shape. I think, and I don't mean that like.
So you're saying he's prepared for the season?
Yeah, I'm not saying to that level, but I feel like all the missing of training camp, missing no preseason games, missing that first game. I feel like he's still kind of playing back into it. So I hope he'll get better. But
I think
right now, I think all right.
I think you're missing one other one.
Shoulder injury, right?
No. Don't you think having better players around him, like Sweat and Milton,
Sure.
also plays a factor that, guess what? I mean, more of those double teams are now going to come to his way if he's not in shape. Jordan Davis is probably been the best defensive football player.
I told you.
I'm not sold on it yet.
My breakout player of the year. My breakout player. My breakout defensive player.
Well, then tell me this. If he's breaking out, why is that defense line 24th in run defense?
Well, you know why. You answered it earlier in this.
I did.
I did.
Yeah. Now,
yes, my
okay, so did you replace Milton and Josh?
Milton, I feel all right about, but I don't feel good about the edge rushers. I think the edge rusher seems like that's a big problem right now. It really does, because they're not getting home. You're seeing push up the middle, and you see pressure when they blitz, which they're blitzing a lot more because those edge rushers aren't getting home. The guy, I mean, Nolan Smith's on the IR, but I think he's been one of the most missing pieces so far. I expected a lot more from him. I don't know if he's healthy all year. I really don't.
And Hunt, I was expecting more from Hunt.
Yeah, I was expecting more from those guys, and we're not getting it. And I think that's why I think you have to go out and make a move for that.
Mark, how do you think Brian Shotgun comes from?
We're going to find out next couple of weeks. I mean, I can't. The offense is doing great. I mean, you've got the offense doing pretty well with a very, very young team. Defense, well, that's a whole different story. And, dealing with the Joneses so far, he seems to be handling it okay, although you can start to notice that he is feeling the pressure. He's not looking as jovial as he used to, and he's getting a little more serious. Now, he says we're going to be doing some changes. You're going to see some things different on defense between scheme and players. Now, we'll see if he actually has any control of the team or if it's still Jerry and Stephen Jones, and he's just a puppet.
You're
14 points for Chicago. That's a great offense.
Hey, you're fourth in total offense right now, but I want to ask you this. Talk them after every fucking football game. I watch a Cowboy game. I don't see the head football coach sitting up there in press conferences. I see the owner up there. I mean,
oh, that's the Cowboys forever.
Bro, I mean, so the coach is making decisions on Sundays. I mean, really, that's a problem.
We've got Stephen Jones on Monday, Jerry Jones on Tuesday, and Stephen and Jerry both on Fridays on show. It's Jerry and Stephen Jones show, man. And Jerry Jones is literally, we're a playoff team. As we get close to the playoffs, we'll be playing better in defense. Bro, you ain't got the horses right now.
I don't either. Hey, Philly, let me ask you this about your Eagle management team. Do you think they hold back Jalen Hurts from being an elite pocket passer?
Yes. I do. I really do. I think they do. When Jalen Hurts has to throw the ball, he doesn't. And, if you want
why don't they let him?
That's a great mystery to me. That's what I scratch my head about. Why would you? It's the same thing with A.J. Brown. Do you think A.J. Brown's one of the better receivers in the league? Well, why wouldn't you throw to him? It's the same question. I don't know. But when he had to do it, what did he do? He came out and did it. When he had to throw in his Super Bowl, what did he do? They don't give him a chance. I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't know if they're like, hey, let's just be very vanilla for the first few weeks and see what teams are doing against us, and then we'll adjust. I don't know. But you can't tell me that a guy comes out the second half and all of a sudden he's
starts throwing the ball, and it's just because he was lucky or the Rams had let that down. I mean, he has the ability to do it. A.J. Brown, we know what he has the ability to do. We know what Devontae Smith has the ability to do. Why they pulled him back, I don't know. I don't like it. And like A.J. Brown said, and I thought he said something really great, you have killers on this team. You got to let them go with the killers. You can't handcuff them. It's not just handcuffing Jalen Hurts. They're handcuffing everybody. And I think it affects the running game directly, to be quite honest with you.
Let me throw this at you here, Mark. You tell me a couple more guys here. Here's Dallas' game. Green Bay. Green Bay. You got the Jets. You got Carolina. You got Washington. You got Denver. And we'll go Arizona. What do you think your record is up to November 3rd? Right now, you're sitting at 1-2 with Green Bay.
Can you repeat the team? I want to update.
Okay, right, yeah. Green Bay, New York, Jets.
Zaxby's put the lemon pepper you love on the chicken. Who got the sauce?
No matter what kind of home you're looking for, it's waiting for you on Redmond. And when you find it, see it before anyone else. Book a showing right now only on Redmond. Find your dream home on Redmond, powered by Rocket.
Camping World is America's used RV supercenter. We have over 22,000 quality pre-owned RVs in stock, featuring top brands like Jayco, Forest River, Grand Design, Keystone, Thorn Bermuda, Brinkley, and more. Browse the full assortment at campingworld.com today.
I thought I knew what therapy was until I found the right therapist. And let me tell you, game changer. You see, for years, therapy felt like talking to a really smart best friend. And it's like, yeah, sure, something was missing. I would leave sessions thinking that was interesting, but it changed in my life. There was no homework, no real world shit, just conversations in the therapy. Then I found a therapist who actually gave me homework. And not the type of homework you dread, the type of homework that brings you back to yourself. Most recently, she told me to go to a park and sit on the swing. This is the work we are doing to help me out my exiled inner child. You see, I said that I work to bring her out. I want to bring her out. Bing, bing, bing. That's when I realized.
Nigga shoot the ball. What is that?
It's about experiencing yourself in new and real ways. And having the right therapist makes all the difference. Right? Come on, be honest with yourself. If therapy only felt like an intellectual exercise instead of deep healing, don't you dare settle. The right therapist is out there for you. And if you don't know where to start, BetterHelp will match with a therapist that really wants you to start your journey today.
2-3.
Oh, wait, Green Bay just lost to the Browns.
Yeah.
Carolina.
We just lost Green Bay.
Okay.
3-500.
Okay, Carolina.
Although they kicked off the defense.
You think you're 2-3 there?
I think we're 3-3.
3-3.
I think you got a chance with the Jets. I think you got a chance with Carolina, right? You lose to Green Bay. That gets you 500.
Okay, Washington.
Washington, divisional game, tough.
Okay, let's just split it and say you win that, and then you lose the other one.
And then 500.
You're about 4-3, right?
Yes, I'm thinking Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you got Denver. In Denver.
Yeah.
4-4, and you got Arizona at home. It's ABC, so it's Monday night. So we're talking potentially you're sitting there in November, first week in November at 5-4.
Yeah,
Did
this
you
would
guys-
be a surprise. That's supposed to be a surprise, but yes, that's possible.
Okay, Billy, what
It
do you
could be 4-5, 5-4.
Okay, tell me here.
I think they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose Sunday Night Football to Green Bay.
Okay, so that makes them 1-3.
1-3. I think they lose to the Jets in New York, right? It's in the Meadowlands.
To New York.
Yeah, that's a loss. That's 1-4. They beat Carolina. They lose to Denver. Who else do they have?
Washington.
Washington. They lose to Washington. They lose to Denver.
Then
and they lose to Carolina, and they lose to Arizona.
You got them a 2-win team. The first meeting of ever.
Yeah, well, still, they're how close are they to being 0-3? I mean, it's not like, it's not shocking. How close are you to being 0-3? Not that close.
Really, every team had a chance with their ball in their hands to win the game.
Yeah, but they did.
Okay.
I know.
Here's the one thing.
It took Dallas 14 years and
a drop catch.
I was in a miracle. That was well planned. They did that.
Oh my God!
Come on.
Yeah.
That was skill.
The one thing that will give me hope, okay, and they've got to be able to use this. Now, if I'm the Cowboys, okay, going in against Green Bay, the last thing I want to do is pass and give Micah Parsons an opportunity. You got to run the damn football. And right now, I know, of course, how dare me say that Javonte Williams is running like Saquon was, but right now, he's averaging 75.7 yards a game, 5.3 yards per carry, with the second highest success rate at 67.4. You need to run the damn football and try and keep them off the field. And here's the other thing I would actually do is I would take Jaden Blue, okay, who's our rookie running back. At Texas, he played in the slot more than any running back in college. I would take him and put him in the slot. Now, we don't have CD, just to try and use this like an elongated handoff to try and get this game, chew up some clock, and just kind of hit this ball all over the field and run the hell out. That way, you're negating Micah Parsons.
Do you win this game on Sunday?
You know what? The craziest thing is, if you're a bet man, all the money's going to be on Green Bay. If this shit is rigged, Cowboys win, and Vegas makes a boatload of money. Anybody can beat you in the NFL. So, is it possible? Of course. Is it likely?
You know who wins? You know who wins that game? The Eagles. The Eagles win that. That's because they can't lose. Green Bay loses games. That helps us. Dallas loses. That helps us. I don't care. I do care. I want Green Bay to whip that ass. But,
all right,
I have to get a chance.
This weekend for you, you're 1-4 against Todd Bowles. And the Buccaneers, you're going in now. No Nolan Smith. Your run game is a little suspect now, but again, you got great talent. And I'll say this, the Buccaneers are decimated too. No Luke Getzey. They're getting Chris Morris back. The kid Cody Mock is off. They lost Elijah Cansey. They're banged up, and they had to come back against the Jets. I don't know what Bucs game I'm looking at, because I'll be candid with you. The Falcons, then you turn around with the Texans, okay. Then you had to struggle, you lose a big lead against the Jets, you had to fight back. You play 3 teams, and once they'll combine, they have 1 win. So I don't know what I'm looking at with Tampa, but what's the excuse for Eagles offense struggling like this? They only lost 1-2. So I'm like,
there is no.
So you tell me, I didn't see this game, man.
Well, there's 2 scenarios. I say. If your scenario is correct and they revert back to the first half, it's going to be. It could go either way. If they do what I think they're going to do, and they come out throwing the ball, I think they're going to have an offensive explosion on this team. I think for whatever reason, I think they're due. I think they go off early, and I think Saquon Barkley has to break out game. That's what I think is going to happen. I got the Eagles win by 7.
7. I think that's a good score on the road in Tampa. You're also accounting for the heat humidity too, because
that's another thing. If they do not get off the field on 3rd down, like if you take the game they had last year, where the first 3 drives were long, sustained drives by Tampa that all led to touchdown, you tire that defense out quickly in that humidity. So I think they've got to get off the field on 3rd down. Can't have long drives, especially early in that humidity. We're not playing that. They got to go for it.
How about this, Mark? me tell you what a buffoon Sirianni was in this part right here.
Oh my God.
So what do you do when you're a hockey guy and you got an injury? You always try to do that. You always try, if you have a leg injury, you're always telling somebody you got a shoulder injury or a hand injury. You're trying to not tell people where you're hurt, right? So here's what the fucking Eagles do with the head coach. Hey, you know what? We're going to go off script and we're going to go out of routine because we're going to get down there because the fucking Eagles down there to get acclimated. Anybody who's ever been in the heat knows you don't get acclimated to humidity one day overnight. Playing in Tampa, that took me 2 years down at the University of Miami to play.
You just feel like yourself even more.
You get this, and I never got into what I tolerated. So what they did was they put a focus on it that they're concerned with. Instead of letting, you're the world champion, that my opinion. Nothing's supposed to face you. And I think that was a weak way of putting an emphasis on something that, again, fuck the fans. I mean, Billy,
what is that saying again? Paralysis by overanalysis.
Exactly.
I think the Eagles do that. I think they've been doing that with the offense, especially this year. And you know, you saw when they couldn't do that anymore. You saw what happened. So hopefully they'll make the adjustment.
I mean, that's the front office again, thinking they know better than the players do. That's why they're not going to revert back. I mean, Philly, they're going to go back to the way they think because they're 19-1. They think that 19-1 record is them, not the players. You know, hey, you want to hear something, Mark? The Eagles have had 9 coordinators in the Nick Sirianni era. 9. On both sides of the table, 9.
Everybody takes
Or they fired.
They fired 2 of them, right? And the rest have all been taken away from them. Every time.
Kasai's been fired. Johnson's been fired. Patricia was fired. Right?
Well, Patricia was, I don't think consider him. He was an intern.
And you would say that Brian Johnson was fired. Yeah, so 2 guys got elevated. 3 guys got elevated. 2 got fired, right?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, guys, should be this weekend. So you got the Packers taking the game, right? Mark on Sunday?
Yeah, I want to hear Mark. Say it. Who's going to win, Mark?
He won't do it. He won't say it right now. Look at
Say
it.
the word.
Out of bounds.
You got the Eagles beat the Bucks by 7.
Yeah. By 7.
All right, guys, make sure you check out.
I think he's Buffett, man. I can't tell you week after week to get my ass cleaned out.
Kelly, how many games are you losing this year?
About 3 or 4. I think we'll lose some games we should have won, but I don't think we'll like the big games, the Rams, the Bucks, the Packers, the Lions. We're winning those games.
Hey, Mark, I think the Packers aren't real. They don't know me. I don't. You know why? Why? Because they had Parsons. That game comes down to that quarterback. I think that quarterback's a freak show. He's great. He's not great. He's great. He's not great. They were 26th in rush defense a year ago. You think that guy helps their run defense? Fuck no. And you know what else happened? Cleveland exposed that. They ran right at us.
I think the Packers were looking at that Sunday night game versus Dallas. I think they overlooked.
Well, that doesn't Brown. Well, I'll tell you one thing the Eagles don't do. They don't look at anybody.
No, they don't.
They play
that's true.
Football, man. All right,
yeah,
guys.
I think the Lions are up in the NFC. They look pretty good on one end.
I do. I think so too, guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right. Bye, Mark. Bye.
Yeah! Fucking right! Let's go! Yeah! 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 We win that shit! That's what the fuck I talking about! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! That's for the big one, bro. I gotta clip that. Gotta clip it. Gotta clip it. Put them out, bro. Word.
while they want to win. They're not